welcome to a slightly different setting in the Whiskey Jar. We're downstairs this week, upstairs is quite busy, but we've made it look kind of cool and it looks very ambient and very lovely. Today we're talking about Brenne, which is a French whiskey made in Cognac. Very terroir style, the barley sourced from France, the yeast strains from the Cognac region. They use Limousin oak, which is virgin oak, and ex-Cognac casks as well. So really keeping it all within the country and within the realm of it all. When I was in New York a couple of weeks ago, I bumped into Alison Park, who is the president of Brenne. Got chatting to her, lovely lady, and she gave me this little sample bottle to review, which I'm not afraid of reviewing sample bottles online. We give honest opinions on this show, so it's all very good. We'll crack on with it, to be honest with you. The only thing that kind of separates this from a typical single malt whiskey is that it uses alembic stills, which are like a pre-runner to pot stills, essentially. Just give you a slightly lighter characteristic. Used a lot in Cognac and in Armagnac as well. So we'll just crack on with the review, and we'll tell you a little bit more as we go on. If you don't like sweet things, I would definitely not avoid this whiskey, but it's certainly not for you. If you're an old school peated whiskey drinker, you probably won't like this. It just reminds me of an old sweet shop. It smells like strawberry laces and sherbet lemons and all those kind of vintage pick and mix sweets. There's some classic characteristics of like honey and vanilla moving around in there. This channel has already reviewed this whiskey many years ago. So if you want to compare my review and Joey's review, feel free to go back. But yeah, imagine walking into a sweet shop when you were a kid, all those different kind of multicolored screw top boxes with all the multicolored sweets in them. This is what it smells like. But mainly strawberry, raspberry, mango and passion fruit. Super sweet, no savory notes, no spice, no smoke. It's like being going back to kid. Let's taste it. This whiskey's averaging about 7 years old. And for me, the palate isn't as sweet as the nose is. It's a bit more malty, it's slightly biscuitier. There's a little bit of oak, but it's nothing like a Scotch whiskey or an Irish whiskey or a Japanese whiskey or even like American single malts. It is so delicate and so light, it's almost like an aperitif after dinner kind of thing. If you like making cocktails with this kind of style, you wouldn't have to do much to it to involve those flavors a little bit more. I don't like the word, but it is pretty smooth. You can't really get around that. It's very delicate, it's very luxurious in its texture and its mouthfeel. The finish is a little bit oaky. You're getting a little bit of spirit come through because it is roughly about 7 years old. All in all, I think it's a really good quality product. It shines the light forward for New World whiskies that aren't from Asia and that aren't from Australasia or other parts of the world. France is pretty close to me as far as the country goes, and the whiskies I've tried from there have been really, really good in the past. This one fits in with that. It'd be interesting to see where it goes in the future, but for me, that's like a good everyday drinker kind of product. It's about £50 a bottle, so it's a little bit more expensive than your Jamesons or your Johnny Walkers, but it just does something a bit different, and it'd be very interesting to assess where this whiskey goes over the years and which directions it's going to go into. But all in all, I'm going to give that like a solid 7.5. I think it's a lovely rounded product that offers you something a little bit different within the whiskey community. Like I say, if you don't like sweet and you prefer smoke and savoury, don't avoid it, do try it. You can buy little sample bottles of it. But for me, I have a sweet tooth, and this kind of walks down my street quite nicely. So thank you all for watching. This is Phil. We're in the Whiskey Jar, and we will see you all next week. Cheers.